Hi, welcome back to Budget with Bianca. I'm Bianca, and today we're going to be budgeting my husband and I's second paychecks in January. Before I get started with actually budgeting and allocating our money, I wanted to go over a couple things. And the first is a really big thank you to everyone who left messages and condolences on my last video. If you did not see that one, I will link it below. It's part of my More Money Challenge series that I'm doing this month. And we did lose my grandmother on Saturday, so about a week ago. So you can see that video for a little bit more there. I don't talk a lot about it, and I'm not going to in this video, but yeah, big thank you to everyone who said, sorry for your loss and things like that. That meant a lot to me. And then on a positive note, today when I'm filming this, I have 100 subscribers on my YouTube channel, which is just mind-blowing. This is kind of like a hobby for me. I don't even know if I'm going to monetize the channel if I ever even get to that point. So just a big thank you to everyone who subscribed and watched videos, commented, liked, things like that. It just makes me really happy. And I'm hopeful that this channel can help people to use YNAB or to budget, or you learn anything. That's kind of the purpose of this channel. All right, let's get into the budget. And then I have a couple things that I wanted to go over while I'm changing things and allocating money. So we'll go through that as we start budgeting. You'll see I have some money up here and ready to assign. This is my paycheck plus reimbursement for one thing. You'll see I have 6 overspent categories, which if you've watched my videos, I very typically take care of overspending when it occurs. But with my grandma's passing and all that, I just haven't really had the chance to look at my budget and fix things. So I knew I was going to film this video shortly, so I just said I'll leave it to when I budget. So we're going to fix a lot of that. All right, the first thing I'm actually going to do is go into February, and I'm going to change some targets around. So with us doing the More Money Challenge in January, one of the rules is you can't eat out, or you're not supposed to eat out, which we did yesterday, and I'll go over that in my last check-in, the final check-in for the More Money Challenge, which will be posted on Monday, February, I believe it's, what day is that? Monday, February 3rd. So you'll see what happened there. But because of that, I actually really did not even miss dining out that much. We didn't really dine out that much a lot anyways, but I am going to go ahead and lower our target to 100, and I'm hoping we don't even eat out that much for that much money. Okay, so that's done. And if you see me looking off to the side, I have my phone right here because I have a lot of things that I need to remember, and I just can't. All right, then we're going to go into celebrations, and we're going to decrease holiday shenanigans to 50 each year instead of 100. I just don't see us spending that much money. Okay, and one thing that I wanted to point out, okay, actually first I'm going to increase our tolls to 20. This is set by the Easy Pass company. We don't decide how much they refill it for. They just pull the money. So they refill it now by $20. Okay, and we'll go back to January. And one thing that I wanted to just touch on was in the bills category. So previously I had our auto insurance and then mine and my husband's life insurance as 3 separate line items. I have since combined them into one. I was just getting really annoyed because the bill changes sometimes, and so it was getting hard to know what was being put where and which bill it was. So I just combined them all, and that's just going to make my life a lot easier. Okay, so then the first thing we're going to do with actually budgeting is look at our overspent categories. Okay. All right, so household goods needs $11.17, and I'm going to try not to pull any of it from Ready to Assign if I can. A lot of this was we get like monthly shipments from Amazon, like the subscribe and save for like hand soap, my dog's poop bags that when we take him on a walk, just things like that. So the nice thing when you go into the overspending is, and you click on this available, it will ask you to cover overspending, but then it will only show you categories that have money available. I'm just going to make myself a little bit smaller. Okay, so household goods. I'm going to partly cover with groceries, and then I'm going to cover the rest with baby supplies, just because I don't need any baby supplies for the rest of the month. It's already January 30th, so. All right, home maintenance. This was our air filter for HVAC. I kind of forgot that it was on the subscribe and save for this month, and so I'm going to cover that with home furnishings. Okay, so this medical, this $13.99 was something that I had to buy for my daughter. It was a little bit of formula, which she normally doesn't get formula, but when she was sick with the flu, I was trying to push any amount of fluid into her. So I'm actually going to submit this for reimbursement. So I'm not going to touch this. This will just stay overspent. This medication was my husband's prescriptions, and part of this is already in Ready to Assign. So this is going to come from Ready to Assign because I received my reimbursement from our FSA. This TV, we got an extra charge from YouTube TV. I have to figure out what this is coming from because this is our regular bill from YouTube TV, this $89.42, and then this is our Disney Plus. So what am I going to cover this with? Let's see. I think I might have to cover this with Ready to Assign. All right, that's fine. All right, and okay, so this is a new category that I created. So it's a business that I am starting, and this was the initial investment. So one thing that I kind of have not touched on in my videos is you can see that we have student loans, but I've not yet done a video on loan repayment. So here is where this business is coming in. So my husband and I both have, well, combined, we have over $300,000 in student loan debt. And even with our good incomes, I mean, we are definitely not struggling in any sense of the imagination. But even with our good incomes, it would take us about 6 years of being very diligent and really tracking our expenses, which we are already doing, but kind of cutting down. It would take us about 6 years to fully repay off all of our student loans, and they're still accruing interest now. And so a while back, I read Vivian Tu, I believe is her name. Yeah, Vivian Tu has a book called Rich AF. I will link it down below. I really did like the book. I don't agree with everything that she says, but I think one concept that really stuck with me, and I don't know if she was the one to originally coin this, but basically she said that you can only save as much as you earn. And you can always earn more. So part of this business is basically a second source of income for us. It is going to be an online business, and that's kind of all I'm going to say about it. So to my real life friends who are watching this and have no idea, surprise, sorry I haven't told you yet. I really want to tell people in person. It's also just starting. Like I just this is in the very, very beginning stages. And so I don't like to tell people things over text that are like this big. So I'm sorry if you're seeing this in the video. I'm hoping that we can all get together soon and I can tell you more about it if they'd be interested. But yeah, so I am starting a business. But long story short, I am not going to cover this. This is just going to sit here as an overspent category. My husband and I already did our taxes. We are expecting over $4,000. It will cover this in like investment. It is not, I put it on a credit card because we got points for it. And it will not be due until after our tax return is deposited into our account. So I'm not worried about it. I knew this is exactly how I planned for it to be. So I'm good there. So this is all the overspending that I'm going to cover in January. All right. The last thing I wanted to touch on was a lot of people I see on the YNAB YouTube space are doing the Remit Sehti, I think is his name, the conscious spending plan. And I just wanted to add my 2 cents, not that you asked for it, but you are watching my channel, so here's my opinion. I have read his book, the I Will Teach You to Be Rich, and I really did like it. I think a lot of the concepts I've already implemented. For example, making everything automated. All your bills should be automated. All your investments, should be drawn out of your account. Those should be automated. I think that's a really good strategy to make your life as easy as possible in terms of your finances. But the conscious spending plan, I personally think it really contradicts YNAB because in the conscious spending plan, he has a section for that 50 to 60% of your living expenses. And he has a section where 15% is like the oopsie fund, or like what YNAB considers not really an oopsie, but you really should be thinking about it. So for example, things like your car registration, your new tires, things that are going to need to be replaced or you will have to buy. And you should be setting aside money for that. That's the method and the belief that I have. I don't really agree with the conscious spending plan in that aspect. The other thing is that you also don't give every dollar a job in the conscious spending plan, which 100% contradicts YNAB's method or plan, as you can call it. So I just think that a lot of the videos I've seen where people who use YNAB do the conscious spending plan, they're finding that the numbers don't match up. And of course they don't, because you're not giving every dollar a job in the conscious spending plan. So I don't know, that's just my 2 cents there. I also have a really high problem for us specifically. As I've mentioned in previous videos, we don't do any extra investing outside of my 401k and or 403b, I guess, and my pension plan for my job. And then my husband just opened up a Roth IRA, which he goes up to the match that his employer does. That's all the investing we're doing. And I'm very comfortable with where we're at. I don't believe in overinvesting. I'm not yet looking into FIRE or anything like that. So I just think that for us, the conscious spending plan just doesn't work because I don't need that 10% for investments. But obviously, there are other people who do need that. And in that case, I think it does work well. The other thing is for us specifically, with our very high amount of debt, there is nowhere in the conscious spending plan that allocates money to extra debt payments. There is a debt section, which is where you put the minimum payments, but to my understanding, there is no place where you put extra debt payments. So you have your living expenses, which is 50 to 60% of your take home pay. You have investments, which is 10%, and the leftover is your fund money, basically. So where am I supposed to take, the money that I need to pay down all my high debt? I just don't know. And then the very last thing is for people who have really high incomes that are investing well over 10%, like where do you take that money from? Is it their living expenses that go down? Is it their take home, or is it their fund money, that goes down? I don't know. That's my 2 cents on the conscious spending plan. So I've done the worksheet on my own. I'm happy to show it on the channel if that's something you're interested in, but I just personally don't agree with that. I will be using YNAB and following their method. So that is that. Let's get budgeting. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that, okay, I'm going to unhide this, so we don't need that. We're going to minus out what's left in here, so 1,273.78. This should now be 0. Excellent. All right, this is what we have to budget with in February. And I don't think I need to pull any more money out of here. I'm just going to scroll through. Okay. Oh, and then you'll see I did add our 2024 city taxes. We need, how much was it? $647. But I'm going to let most of my tax return actually fund this as well. All right, let's get into February. And as you know, if you've seen any of my videos, the first thing I do is I look at our needs view. So this is a focused view. So it has everything that we would need to survive at the very bare minimum for the month of February. And you could just click underfunded. If I do that, it tells me that 17 categories are going to be fully funded. But I'm going to go through, for the sake of this video, and kind of assign them on my own. So we need $100 for baby supplies, $900 for daycare. Gas is full. Groceries is $550, and we need 11. Oh wait, I think I'm doing this wrong. Oh, yep. See, okay. You got to add the plus. If you already have money in this assigned group, you need to add to it if you need to fill it up. All right, so $100 there. All right, stability is what YNAB used to call their true expenses. I am just going to underfund this. Yeah. And let's see, the bill should almost all be full. I think just my dog's food needs $778. All right, and that's it. And then my loan, and I am going to put this student loan with just the one exclamation point is on the save plan, which is still on forbearance to my understanding. I'm going to fill it up. And yeah, okay. So all of our needs are taken care of. Let's do our wants. All right, I'm only going to do $50 in dining out. I'm going to see if we can just get by on $50. That would be awesome. I'm going to skip my husband's spending money because he's been making money from sports betting, and he still has $66 in there, and he spent a lot in January. We can look at it. Okay, well, not that much, but well, he has spent a lot, but he also has transferred money into the category, so it like kind of offsets it. But yeah, he spent quite a bit of money. So I think I'm gonna see if he's okay with me not putting money into his spending money. He can just fund it himself. So I'll talk to him about that. All right, $10 to family activities. My daughter's Love Every subscription needs $41.67. All right, more true expenses or future things that we will need to buy. So I'm just going to underfund all of that. So that's things like auto maintenance, clothing, our HOA, things like that. Okay, celebrations. I'm going to fully fund. We're saving for my daughter $1 for each week for her age. She's 1, so she needs $4. My fund money will get $75. And our little bills that are, if we really had to live without them, these are the ones that we would cancel. So I'm going to underfund that. Okay, and we still have $1,147. All right, let's keep going. Baby toys and activities will get $15. I'm thinking I'm going to get my daughter, again, she's only 1, so she doesn't need a lot. but I would like to have her like start doing not art, but like coloring. Obviously, she won't be able to color in the lines, but just fun things like that. All right, date night. We do want to go on a date at some point in February, maybe not on Valentine's Day, although it will be 11 years. Yeah, 11-year anniversary of dating is in February, so we might do something for that. Family photos we get each year. This is for an icon pass for my husband for next ski season, so in like December of 2025 and into 2026. And then his PlayStation. All right, more things here. So lawn maintenance, passport, poison ivy, technology, and then our TSA pre-check, which I've lowered because we now have a credit card that will cover $120 towards global entry and TSA pre-check. So that is nice. And a couple of celebrations. Okay, so that covers our needs, wants, and extras. So let's go back to all. And actually, I'm just going to go to underfunded and see what we have. So dining out, I'm going to ignore. This I'm going to ignore. Travel, I'm going to ignore. Okay, I need to add Fresh Fork to one of our views. And I believe the other one is in our needs view. Maybe not. It might be in wants. So Fresh Fork is a reverse CSA that we do. It's local to our area. Okay, it's in our wants view. And they have a summer box and a winter box. We didn't do the winter box this year, partly because we didn't have the money for it like right then and there, because we'd already started using YNAB and there were other things going on. So I'd like to do that. So the way that you adjust it, you go into edit your custom view, and then I'm going to add, and it is in stability, and I'm going to add it right here. So then from then on, I will be able to see that. And I'm going to fund this. All right. Okay. And now I'm going to go to underfunded and see what else is left. All right. Wedding participation. That should probably go into a view. I can fix that later. Oh, okay. Now I'm going to fix all right. Into my needs will go our State Farm insurance because I changed everything up. There it is. Okay. All right. So this needs another, 4068. Back to our underfunded. Sorry for all the scrolling. Extra debt payment will wait. Rita will wait. And then my husband's State Farm agency. And this United Explorer card is where the initial investment for my business went in. So we're not going to touch that. And then this is the formula that will get reimbursed by my FSA. So we don't need to do anything with that. Okay, what do we want to do? What do we want to do with this $641? So technically, I think what I might do is put it into the savings because this is money we earned in January, and we're basically a month ahead at this point, which is so exciting. How much would it be if I might do this. I might actually add it to travel. Yeah, let's do that. But technically all this money should be going into you know what? That is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it into the savings category for the More Money Challenge because that's technically how I want to do it. So in my last video for the More Money Challenge, I will be allocating all of this money. So stay tuned for that. All right, so $641.55. And that will put us fully a month ahead in YNAB. So woo, I'm so excited. It took us, so I started using YNAB in late August. So since August, it took us about 6 months or 5 months to get ahead, one full month ahead. So that is very exciting. All right. Excellent. So that leaves us with our budget for the end of January and February. And yeah, stay tuned for the More Money Challenge finale where we will be allocating all of this money. And otherwise, I hope you have a great week. And again, thank you so much to everyone for 100 subscribers and all of your well wishes on my last video. If you have any questions, let me know below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.